You are so unique, like literally the only you to ever exist, and that's insane. Why would you ever waste a breath not liking yourself, you know? Think of this as a late night sleepover and someone finally says, oh my god, wait, is that normal? You sent me your most TMI girl talk questions and I'm answering them. No shame, no judgment, just the truth. Grab your snacks, grab some tea, and let's get into it. Is sleeping without underwear better for girls? Love you too. Yes, it actually is better to sleep without underwear on. You want to let your girl breathe. Your girl has been trapped all day in your underwear, in your pants, in your shorts, in your skirts, and everything. It's another reason why if you're gonna wear undies, you should definitely wear cotton because cotton is the most breathable fabric. It's also why if you're like working out and you've been sweating or you just went swimming, you want to change out of those wet and moist undies because yeast thrives in moist environments. And like yeast can lead to a yeast infection. There's just nothing wrong with letting your girl breathe. Don't worry, no one's around to catch a peep, we hope. Why, at a whole 20 years old, are my tatas still uneven? Girl, let me tell you something. It doesn't get better. I don't think they ever get even. I am a grown adult and my tatas are still uneven, and they've been uneven since my tatas grew in. Every other girlfriend that I've talked to about this, they're like, girl, same. I don't know why it happens. You're not alone. Give this a like if you have uneven tatas too. Should I be insecure about having big cherries? All my friends always make uncomfortable comments about my girls and sometimes touch them, so I don't know what to do. Any tips? I love you too. My first tip is tell your friends to not do that. Create boundaries. Tell them it's making you uncomfortable, and if they were actually your friends, they would respect you and stop doing that. When we talk about insecurities, I want you to think of one thing. Am I insecure about this because of me personally, or am I insecure about this because someone else pointed it out to me? It sounds like you became insecure because someone else pointed out your tatas to you. That's no reason to be insecure. That's probably something that they are insecure about, which is probably why your friends are really obsessed with your tatas. Yeah, I'd have a little conversation with your friends. How do you learn to love yourself? I just turned 17 and I've struggled with body image and hating myself since I was 9. Babes, I'm so sorry, but I'm so proud of you for actually like wanting to improve and wanting to do better. That is literally the first step. The best piece of advice I can tell you is 1, fake it till you make it. Tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm awesome, I'm amazing, there is no one as special as me. And while it is all true, yes, if you keep telling yourself that, you will eventually believe it because you keep telling yourself that. The second piece of advice is talk to yourself and treat yourself the way you treat someone you love, like your best friend. Would you like if your best friend was looking at themselves in the mirror being like, God, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I hate my arms? You'd be like, girl, you're beautiful. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong. Like only you are noticing those little details. That way you talk to your friend, talk to yourself, because the same thing applies to you. Self-love is definitely not like a linear growth. It's definitely like it's ups and downs. It's a little bit of a roller coaster. We all have our highs and our lows, but it's a lot of just being kind to yourself. Hi Sharon, I have always hated shaving, but I always feel so ashamed when I go out in public and I haven't shaved in a while. Do you have any more tips on how to feel comfortable about it? I'm always worried about what other people think, even though I know they probably won't care. It gets harder when I'm around other girls my age who do shave all the time. P.S. I love you too and I'm so happy you love my videos. So my personal story is I saw that a girl in my grade was shaving and it made me think that I had to shave. But if I could go back and understand one thing, it really would be that I don't have to if I don't want to. It's my body and it's my hair, and if it were to bother someone, then I would know it's not about me, it's about them. They're coming at me for my body hair because they feel insecure about their body hair. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves to worry about you, and if they do worry about you, it's because they're too scared to worry about themselves.
And that's the truth.
So girl, shave if you want to, don't shave if you don't want to. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I have hairs that keep growing on my neck and chin and I hate them so much, they're so embarrassing. How do I stop them? Well, first of all, don't freak out because same girl. This is super common. Those little hairs down here, they pop up because of these hormones, specifically called androgens. Basically, your body might be producing a little bit more testosterone than usual, which can happen naturally around like your period, stress, or just because of genetics. If you notice a sudden increase in facial hair and neck hair, it could be a sign of something like PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And that's basically when your hormones are out of balance and it leads to hair in places that you definitely didn't ask for. So if it's new or like really noticeable, it is totally worth talking to a doctor for. But how do you deal with it? Now, shaving Shaving sadly comes with razor bumps and some redness, and sometimes the hair feels like it's growing back faster and thicker. Waxing, I personally think is super painful and I'm scared of and could be, you know, pretty expensive. Creams, I have tried creams and they can be very smelly. Like the smell is not very pleasant for most of those hair removal creams, and it can be super harsh on your skin too. And laser salons, which I have tried. Those can be very expensive. It's definitely not a budget-friendly option, and so much of your time gets taken up in appointments. But you know, to each their own. I personally think the best option is an IPL. I like this one. This is the like ice cooling hair removal Air 10, and you like is a sponsor of today's video. I've been using this IPL for my chin and neck hairs, and listen y'all, it's been a game changer. IPL stands for Intense Pulse Light, and it basically targets the melanin in your hair follicles to reduce growth over time. Kind of like a laser hair removal, but way more affordable and way more convenient. I don't gotta lay there for someone else to do it, I do it myself. With consistent use, you can see visible hair reduction in just a few sessions. And unlike waxing or creams, it's gentle on your skin. All thanks to this ice cooling tech right here. So no burns, no bumps, and no itchy redness. A couple of quick tips if you do try an IPL though. Make sure your hair and your skin tone are compatible with IPL. That is so important. Lighter hair might be trickier and darker skin needs to be checked for safety. And like I said, consistency is key. Hair grows in cycles, so it's not a one and done type of thing. So if you keep at it, you will start to see a result. This is also amazing for preventing ingrown hairs, which are actually the worst. Boo. And if you are living with PCOS, this could be a great way to manage those stubborn hairs privately and effectively without breaking the bank on salon appointments. That's the last thing I want to do. Bro, I got hair growing in places I don't want it to grow, and now I gotta go to a salon and worry about it. Not with this one. Right here in the privacy of my own bedroom. Me tonight watching The Summer I Turned Pretty Again to notice how toxic Jeremiah was. Oh. Honestly, one of my favorite things about You Like is how much they support women with PCOS. Because aside from unwanted excessive hairs, PCOS can also cause irregular periods, it can cause acne, it can cause weight gain, and 1 in 10 women struggle with PCOS. It is no joke. You Like actually has a whole campaign called We See You, which is for PCOS Awareness Month in September. They're raising awareness and providing solutions. So if you're tired of dealing with chin and neck hairs and you want something that actually works over time, check out the You Like Air 10. You can get the link and discount code in my description box or check out youlike.com for more info. And remember, results vary for everyone. Thank you, Like, for sponsoring this video. How do you avoid ingrown hairs and red bumps when shaving your pubic area? I swear, every time it's a damn war zone down there, bro. That's why I hated shaving. I'm telling you. An IPL. If you can afford it or considering it, do it. I can tell you the last time I had to actually shave my legs with a razor. Do you know how amazing that is? Like, but aside from that, let's say like you don't want to, you can't, trimming. That's like the best thing I could think of is just trim as short as you want. If you don't want any body hair at all, shave in the direction that your hair grows, because if you go against the grain, you're more like inclined to get ingrown hairs and for it to be bumpy and hurt. I've also done a video where I have like tried an entire shaving routine for down there, so you can definitely check that out. Also, the most important part that I feel like we actually don't talk about a lot is make sure your razor is clean or like new enough. If you have a crusty, dusty razor that's on its last legs and you're putting that on your girl, that could lead to ingrown hairs and red bumps because it's a crusty, dusty, musty blade. Is it normal to have discharge like all the freaking time, babes? Yes, it is. But that's not a bad thing. Discharge is actually a good thing because it means that your girl is doing her job. She's cleaning itself out. And you're usually gonna see it like almost your entire menstrual cycle, except right before your period and right after your period. Such is life. You use panty liners, you can use reusable period underwear. I have a code, Sharon at KT by Nyx, gets you 10% off. Discharge is here to stay.
Tragic.
Could you explain discharge? Like what it does, when it's normal to occur, what's normal for it to be? Discharge is just your girl cleaning herself out, so it is normal. The normal colors of discharge you want to look for are like white or clear. If you get like brown discharge, that could also just be old blood, but for the most part, you're gonna see her a lot. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Anything else, I would definitely talk to like a doctor or a parent about. I know like if it's like a yellowish or like a greenish, it could be a sign of an infection, for example. If your discharge gets like chunky and looks like cottage cheese, that's also a sign of an infection. Regardless, like hit your doctor up. I'm not a girl on the internet. I'm sorry. I'm not qualified. I just love girl talk. How do you get rid of smell down there, girl? The easiest answer is literally just to freshen up as much as you can. If you're at PE and you just did a whole workout and now you're sweating, the number one thing you should do is actually change into a clean pair of underwear, because it's not your girl that smells, it's the bacteria. That bacteria is there because of the sweat. I will say the last thing you want to do is put any type of fragrance near your girl. That is the worst thing you could possibly do, because that will offset your pH balance, and it's just, you're messing with the wrong ecosystem. All those scented fragrances out there like Coochie Cleaner 3000 whatever that smells like a rose, your girl is not supposed to smell like a rose, she's supposed to smell like a vagina. And YouTube, if you demonetize me for that, whatever, I had to say it.
I said what I said. And always. I'm not changing on it, okay?
So when you're cleaning up, try using a unscented, sensitive skin bar soap, you know, clean your pubes, which is actually where most of that smell is coming from, because as we know, body hair, that's what you really want to worry about cleaning. Never clean inside the lips. She's self-cleaning, okay? How do you tell your mom you want to try tampons? Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go up to her, okay? You're gonna walk up to mom and be like, Mom, I want to try tampons. Isn't that crazy? If I were to ask my mom for the first time, let me use tampons, which by the way, I did, and she told me no, and I still went out and bought my own tampons, I would go up to her and be like, I want to go swimming, I want to play sports, I want to do this activity that requires a tampon, without me saying that requires a tampon, and then ask her, what can I use for my period to do these activities? And hope she brings up tampons, so then you can be like, can you get me some? I would love that, girlfriend, thanks. If she doesn't bring it, just be like, oh, I've heard of tampons, can I try those? It seems to make the experience a lot easier. I'd kind of make it seem like it's her idea, and then like baby feed her if it wasn't her idea. Or you really could just take the obvious route of like, hey mom, I don't want to bleed in the pool and, you know, be embarrassed in front of everyone and have to change schools. Could you get me a tampon? Thanks, girl. How was your first period, girl? My first period was at home. I went to the bathroom and I wiped, and this was the second time this had happened in like maybe 8 months or so, and there was like this brown looking blood on the toilet paper, and I was just like, I'm either pooping backwards, is coming out the wrong hole and I gotta go to the ER, or two, I'm dying and I gotta go to the ER. So I leave the bathroom and I go to mom and I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh my god, you got your period. And then she just hands me a pad. I have to figure out how to use the pad, so I go back in the bathroom figuring it out. Well, I hear her in the living room calling my grandma, my aunties, my cousins, everyone and their mother, oh my god, Sharon got their period. I'm like, I'm just over here dying on the toilet, mom, thanks.
Leave me alone to die.
How can you manage bloating? Because I swear I feel like I'm 300 pounds while on my period, and it's the worst. Girl, story of my freaking life. The things that I have found work for me best is changing my diet. If you can cycle sync your diet, actually, that is such a game changer. That basically means adjusting your diet to what phase of the menstrual cycle you're in. When you're on your period, you want to eat a lot more fruits and veggies. You want to eat a lot less fried, greasy foods, less salt, because salt makes you bloat. You want to drink a lot more water. Make sure you're staying extra hydrated. Also, I find that after I eat, especially when I'm on my period, I know you feel gross, I know you don't want to move, but even taking like a light little walk, like for 30 minutes or doing some light stretches, that really helps. I'm still struggling with it, but just know that it's a universal girl experience.
How I love being a woman.
I'm wondering, my partner wants to start a sexual relationship, but I'm not sure if I'll like it. Also, I love you too, babes. There's a difference between I'm not sure if I'll like it versus I'm not sure if I'm ready. So I think the number one thing you need to ask yourself first is, are you ready?
Is that true?
It's very true.
Don't feel like you have to sleep with your partner because other people are sleeping with their partners. And to be honest, when it comes to like losing your virginity or like having sex with someone for the first time, it's gonna be awkward, babes. I mean, you might be lucky and it might not be awkward, but like 9 out of 10 times it's gonna be awkward, especially if it's your first time because you're doing something you've never done before. Don't expect it to be like the summer I turned pretty and you have a little Connie baby to eat it all up. Whoa, girl, whoa. I mean, maybe you're lucky. So don't expect it to be too crazy. Do not feel pressured into it. Only do it if you want to do it. If your partner is making you feel pressured to do it, like you find that your partner is like, but I want to, but we should, but everyone else does it, but you don't care about me, dump him. If someone is pressuring you to sleep with them, get out immediately. As for you not being sure if you'll like it or not, babes, there's only one way to find out. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Does it hurt? I'm assuming the it is the it we just talked about, and listen babes, it shouldn't hurt. And if it does, it's because you weren't wet enough down there. It's gonna hurt because you're sticking something into a very dry situation. Water-based lube, that's gonna be your best friend. Think about it like when you put in a tampon and there's no blood. You're just sticking in a dry wad of cotton. It should not be painful, and if it is painful, don't continue. It's just gonna get worse. I'm telling you, nothing is ever too TMI over here, so comment your questions for next time. And if you want to, you know, share some advice or ask for some advice in the comments, please do so. We are at a sleepover, so we're here to help each other out, always. The shout of the day goes to Camila. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're still here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks. And tell all your friends. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.